This session will be led by a moderator. Our moderator for this session is Mr. Yopi Setiawan. Mr. Yopi Setiawan is the head of Food Technology, Faculty of Agriculture Technology, Al-Ghifari University. He is also institutional coordinator of Indonesian Association of Food Technologies, FTIP, branch of Bandung. He is taking his bachelor degree in Food Technology, Engineering Faculty, Pasundan University, and master degree majoring in Chemical Engineering, Bandung Institute of Technology. Okay, so to Mr. Yopi Setiawan, the time and screen is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. The Honorable Dean Faculty of Agricultural Technology, the Honorable all Lecturer Faculty of Agro-Industrial Technology, the Honorable the Speaker of today's seminar, Associate Professor Dr. Mohd Nizam bin Lani, the Honorable all participants. I am Yopi Setiawan, the moderator of today's seminar. I'm very pleased to see you here and welcome to all you to this event. The third International Virtual Mobility Program 2023. Today's seminar will talk about advancement in halal research.
Tajuk baru Pak, Global Halal Research.
Oh, ada researchnya. Global halal.
Global Halal Research.
Global halal research trend case studies on meat adulterations. Okay. Our speaker is Mohd Nizam Lani. Here's CV. Professor Madya Dr. Mohd Nizam bin Lani from University Malaysia Terengganu.
Yeah, Pak.
Okay. The education is PhD for Bioscience from University of Strathclyde, UK. Magister Science, Food Microbiology and Safety from University Putra Malaysia, and Bachelor of Science, Food Study majoring Quality Control.
UPM.
Oh, UPM.
Oh, yeah.
Putra Malaysia too.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Now I will like to invite our speaker today, Associate Professor Dr. Mohd Nizam bin Lani. Good afternoon, Prof.
Assalamualaikum, Pak.
Waalaikumsalam.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Before that, our session will be start. Let me inform you how this seminar session will be going.
Okay.
First, you will have 60 minutes.
60 minutes.
60 minutes to present your material.
Okay.
And question and answer session will be 10 or 15 minutes. Is it good for this one?
Bye.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to welcome our speaker to deliver her material concerning on. Prof, the time is yours.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good afternoon. Okay, thank you, Pak Yobi, for moderating this session, and thank you to University Pajajaran for inviting me to be one of the speaker for virtual mobility program, and thank you to all the secretariats who are working very hard to make this program excellently. Okay, I hope the new title for my presentation is Global Halal Research Trends, Case Studies on Meat Adulteration. So this work actually co-author with my friend Zairul Fauzan, Zainuddin and Hamidah Yusof from ALS Malaysia Double Testing Service Malaysia. Okay, we congratulate Zairul for pass his Viva yesterday. So he finished his PhD. So okay, thank you, Dr. Zairul, for actually sharing this slide because 1 hour. So I need to have two topics in order to fulfill the time. Okay, next. Okay, the first part, it will be discussing on the global halal research trends. Okay, this part is from my side, and then the second part, case studies on meat adulteration, is from Mr. Zairul and Puan Hamida. Okay, next. Okay, okay, next. Okay, so okay, why I choose this topic? Because we know Muslim in the world, we have about 1.7 billion Muslim in the world, and then this number actually will be increasing. It is expected to be 2.8 billion in 2050. And then definitely we know that Muslim, we need to eat halal food. We cannot eat non-halal food. So that's why the halal food industry is very critical for Muslim worldwide, since it's ensured that the food is comply with the Sharia. And then we know that Muslim will spend a lot of money for the food and beverage sector. And then you can see that it is expected that it will be cost about 10 trillion, 10 trillion US dollar in 2030. So it means that the halal business actually is very huge. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, before we want to start our research, okay, like most of the students, they will do final year project, S1, maybe they are doing master, S2, and then PhD, S3. So they may have some ideas. They may interested in doing research in halal topics, but they maybe not know how can start. So actually we can start with the biblio or scientometrics analysis. So biblio and scientometric analysis actually can be done before you can start your lab work. So like maybe during the first semester, what you can do, you can search the database from maybe Scopus or Web of Science, and after that we can carry out the biblio or scientometric. So I can briefly explain how we can done this study, this analysis. So as we know, biblio actually initially they are from library science. Library science, they have a lot of book, they have a lot of documents, they have a lot of journals. So they want to know what's the topics, what the analysis of the documents. So that's why it will become a metric, because we want to maybe group certain topics, certain maybe certain interests in certain area. So this one we combine is like bibliometric. And then another terms that merging after the bibliometric is the scientometrics, because scientometrics will go beyond than the biblio. Scientometrics will go for the like the trends, the overall network analysis. So scientometric is on based on the science, maybe the analysis from the all papers, and then the citation network will create the trends, and from there we combine will be scientometric. So scientometric actually started in 1969. So actually if you can see from Malaysia itself, the scientometric paper in Malaysia only cover about less than 5%. So it means that the huge possibility for young generation, young students to publish or to do research on this topic, biblio and sciento. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, Okay, so okay, if you are not familiar with the Web of Science, this is the Web of Science database. So you can search the keywords using the Web of Science. So you go for searching document, and then you go for the all fields or maybe topics. And then you can use the right keywords. So the keywords actually will determine whether you can get the right result or not good right result, because the keywords actually will determine either your searching is correct or not. So that's why before you want to run the database, you need to try so many keywords in order to get, because we don't want to make this the scientometric or bibliometric documents over 20,000. 20,000 documents is a lot. So and then it's very difficult to see the connection between all the keywords. So maybe we are reducing down maybe the right documents to have maybe about 1,000 to like 3,000 documents. Okay, next. Okay, this is another Scopus database. You also can use Scopus because we know that Web of Science and Scopus are internationally recognized by most of the universities and research institution. So you also can use the search within article, abstract and keywords. You can type there the combination, maybe you use and or Boolean operations to really narrow down, so you can get the right topics, maybe about 1,000 to 3,000 documents. Okay, next. Okay. Okay, besides that, if you are doing something related to medicine, maybe you can use National Library of Medicine, PubMed.government. Okay, this is important database as well. Okay, next. Okay, so if you can see here, when we see like Nature is one of the best journal in the world. It has age index 1,276. It's marvelous. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, this is Nature Publishing Group. As we know that actually, if you want to make your study to be more visible, we need to publish in high impact factor journal. So you can consider Nature Publishing Group. Okay, next. Maybe this also, okay, this is something that you can see in profile of academician. You can see there is the papers published by the authors, and then maybe the graph showing the publication trends. So you can see each index, I10 index, and you can see the metrics of the articles. Okay, next. Okay, go back to the metadata that we are considering now. Is about the maybe Scopus or Web of Science or other database. Okay, this is metadata from academic database. Okay, from here you are using the keywords because you want to get the data pre-processing and data processing. And after you go and use the right keywords, you can use this software, maybe Voice Viewer ataupun Out Studio ataupun Python. They can analyze your data to be bibliometric trends. And then after that, the results will be in the visualized results. You can see that the results may be showing some patterns, okay, like you see in the number 3. Okay, next. Okay, this is the software named SiteSpace. Okay, Sitespace is one of the most uh, commonly used software untuk run the scientometric. Dulu masa saya start belajar Sitespace ni dia free. And after that UMT publish a lot on Sitespace, and after a month that semua kena bayar. No free anymore because they know that many people actually utilize their software. Okay, next. Okay, what are the words for the keywords? So sometimes we must maybe they are using different terms like password, opener, access, key, watchword. So there is other terms that reflects to keywords. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, this is the methodology. Methodology on how I did my study. So the topic I really interested is on halal, and actually if you do the terminology synonym also, it will be halal also. So this is only first word halal. Okay, and then the scope and coverage. So I use the Web of Science because I know that Web of Science has a more high impact factor journals compared to Scopus. And search field is I'm using title, keyword, and abstract. So the times frame that I use is from 1987 to 2021, and the language I use for the documents are English, and I only select the articles. I remove all the review or chapter of books because the article actually will be kalau kita ambil yang review dia akan overlap, dia macam double counting. So that's why I choose only article only. Okay, and then for the keyword searching, I combine halal or halalan thayyiban or halalan thayyiban because in the journal some people write halalan thayyiban, some people wrote as halalan thayyiban. So I have to include all the possible words used in the keywords. And after that, okay, this is I did last year, 17 November last year. And then we got identified, okay, from this keyword I searched, I got 2008 documents. Like I said, we choose from 1000 to 3000. Okay, fine. And after that, I need to remove non-English because I cannot read other than English. So I remove semua yang chapter of book, review semua. So at last I got 869. Okay, but 869 ni yang excluded, yang tak boleh ada. So 2008 tolak dengan 869. So total documents yang I use for biblio is 1139. Okay, next. Okay, from 1139, this is the trends. Okay, so first we want to see the trends of publication on halal. So we see that there are increasing trends from 1985 and 97, and then we can see that the interest from the publisher and the researcher also very high. And then okay, for the graph on the right side is the regional and state distribution. We can see that in the ASEAN, the magenta is very dark. So it means that a lot of papers research are in ASEAN. Okay, next. Okay, from here we want to know which university or which affiliation that run a lot on the halal study. So we know that University Putra Malaysia, you know, my alma mater, is the number one. Okay, and then followed by University Raya, International Islamic University Malaysia, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, University Teknologi Mara, Egyptian Knowledge Bank, USM, University Gajah Mada. Okay, Universiti Gajah Mada is one of the top 10 lah in the publication in WAS. Okay, okay, next. Okay, so for the top scientists, top authors, so Alhamdulillah, Prof Abdul Rahman from UGM Indonesia is number 1. It's now with the 26 paper in WAS, followed by Prof Awis Kuni, UPM, iaitu Director Halal Institute in Malaysia, and Professor Suhaimi Mustafa, former Director of Halal Institute UPM. So this memang orang-orang yang hebat lah dalam halal ya. Okay, next. Okay, this is the journals that publish top journal that publish works related to halal. So sometimes maybe we don't know which journal that suitable for us to publish. So from bibliometric or cytometric, we can get the list. Okay, you may be published in Journal of Islamic Marketing or British Food Journal, Mixed Science, International Food Research, Botanica, journal from UPM, Food Chemistry, Food Control, International of Business and Society, Sustainability and Food Analytical Methods. So it means that research on halal pun boleh dapat Q1. So sometimes people masih ragu macam boleh ke buat research halal dapat Q1? Tapi sebenarnya boleh ya, boleh. So kita buang kita punya ragu tu, actually boleh. Okay, boleh dapat Q1. Okay, next. Okay, this is the highly cited papers. Okay, actually the first paper on gelatin alternative from Prof Karim, actually my good friend also. He is now a professor fellow di Uni 10 Malaysia. Kita dapat lihat dia punya citation on the paper is 238. So very high, okay. And then we can see lah, we summarize maybe about 10 top cited paper. Okay, next. So kalau kita lihat trends dekat dalam jurnal yang highly cited ni, mostly adalah dalam bidang sains on adulteration, meat adulteration, PCR. So that's why we can see that this paper memang highly impact lah, memang selalu orang cite. Okay, next. Okay, so if you are interested in halal, we also do co-current keywords. Co-current keywords ni adalah keywords yang kita letak di title ataupun di abstract ataupun keywords yang di bawah abstract itu. So daripada sini kita akan lihat dia punya trends, and daripada sini kita dapat lihat halal tu dia punya sfera dia besar, maksudnya the word halal is usually a lot. And then we can see Indonesia also there. So it means that a lot of Indonesian researchers are doing research in halal. And then we can also see a lot of analysis like polymerase chain reaction, PCR, meets DNA. And then dekat situ ada food quality, dekat situ ada human, and then halal tourism, something like that. So basically, co-current words ni give us some overview on the other scope that actually related to halal research. Okay, next. Okay, this is the co-citation analysis. Co-citation analysis ni means that bila Pak Yopi dengan saya cite ada satu paper, maybe Ibu Sofia. Both of us cite paper Ibu Sofia. So we are co-cited with Ibu Sofia. So her name will be there. Because kita berdua cite dia. Okay. Okay, yang kat situ kalau kita nampak kat situ ada arwah yang Prof Yaakob bin Cekman, top former director Halal UPM juga di situ. Walaupun dia sudah meninggal tapi orang masih cite research dia. Itu adalah macam amal jariah yang kita maksudnya walaupun kita mungkin dah tiada di muka bumi ni, tapi kita punya research masih orang baca dan rujuk. Okay, next. Okay, Okay, this memang absolutely right. Okay, Malaysia, Indonesia and England. This is three countries that actually do a lot research on halal. Okay, compared to other parts in the world. Okay, next. Okay, ni adalah juga network analysis. So maksudnya dekat dalam software site space ni, there are a lot of parameter that we can play around and then we can analyze. So this is another way looking at on the impact of the authors. If they have been cited many times by others, so their name will be appear there. Okay, next. Okay, okay, so surprisingly, okay, how we want to understand this graph? Okay, the red color means burstness. Burstness means trending. Means that hot topic during that time. Okay, so kalau kita lihat early tahun awal 2010 to 2015, there is a lot on halal detection, something like that. Tapi recently kalau kita lihat nombor satu sekarang ni adalah halal tourism. Halal tourism actually has been become trending in the research recently, and the second one is on the halal certification. So I know that Indonesia will be enforce halal certification starting next year. And then the number 3 is on pork adulteration. So pork adulteration still remain top 3 topics in the world. Okay. Okay, next. Okay. This is the cluster when we daripada 1196 paper tu site space dia membuat analisis. So this dia telah berikan keyword cluster ni dan macam mana kita nak tahu benda tu bagus ke tak, kita tengok ke silhut. Kalau silhut dia tinggi like 0.9, it means that dia masih trending ataupun masih penting dalam research halal. So kalau kat sini kita lihat nombor 1 is halal tourism. Average year adalah 2019. So means dia punya trending tu still now, okay? Masih trending lagi. And then untuk yang kedua adalah halal certification. And then dia punya silhut dia 0.87. And then untuk pork adulteration dia punya silhut dia 0.9, tapi dia punya average year dia sudah ke belakang sikit, 2013, because right now kebanyakan rapid method ni dia punya novel discovery dia dah banyak jumpa, so people maybe switch buat research benda lain kan. So that's why pensyarah dosen ni dia sangat kreatif lah, they know how to play around with the direction of study. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, keywords yang saya sebut tadi, yang kita letak keywords di title, abstract dan abstract di bawah tu, PCR still remain number 1 ya. So PCR maksudnya halal detection tu kebanyakan methods yang digunakan adalah PCR. So that's why kita nampak dia punya strength pun tinggi, 6.27. Bercompare dengan keyword lain, dia masih nombor 1. Dan kedua topik yang orang guna yang selalu buat research ada halal slaughter. Nombor 3 meat quality. Yang keempat adalah identification, beef, tourism, image, innovation. So it means that kalau kita nak faham dia punya trending tu adalah dekat yang warna merah tu. During that time, we can see a lot of publication published during that period of red. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, business. Okay. So yang tadi kita tengok di segi keyword, sekarang ni kita tengok business based on authors, based on how the authors have been cited. Okay. And then from here we can see that Wilson 2010 has been number 1 with the business 13.16, Beto 11.57, Mohd 11.11. So macam mana kita nak tahu what actually paper yang interested tu, so kita kena go back to the data daripada yang asal tu untuk check tajuk apa. So ataupun lagi mudah kita search balik nama authors tu dekat dalam database Scopus ataupun Web of Science, kita cari balik paper tu apa. So that is how we want to know the title lah, the title of the topics that has been trending. Okay, next. Okay, this is the overlay of the field. Kalau kita lihat macam mana nak baca benda ni. Okay, yang dia adalah daripada sebelah kiri, dia bergerak ke sebelah kanan. Maksudnya sebelah kiri tu adalah paper-paper yang dah publish, and then dia akan bergerak ke paper yang cited. So apa yang berlaku adalah dia ada, nampak macam ada bulatan kan, bulatan. Okay, bulatan tu shows the main field that has been focused in halal. Okay, the main field in the first, the yellow one is the science technology. Okay, and then the bottom one we can see is on the social science. But if you see, there is the connection between the blue in the bottom and then in the top. It means that research actually sometimes is overlap. The technology and the science social actually we support each other. So it means that we cannot see that scientists you are more important, social scientists not important, cannot, because both actually need each other, because we are in the ecosystem of research. We need each other because we have the different methodology, we have the different ideas, we have the different perspective. That's why when we are addressing the halal research, definitely we need to combine the integration between social and science technology. Okay. Okay, next. So the main finding from the dual map overlay from the graph before, we can see the keywords from the veterinary, animal science, psychology, education, health, economics and political. These are disciplines that most publication in halal, and we can see from the Z score is 5.91. Followed by the molecular biology genetics, which is Z score 2.43, and the least one, veterinary animal parasitology, the Z score is 1.95. Okay. However, publication in psychology, education, health, economics, economic, political are non-science technology discipline is also dominant in halal research. So publication in psychology, education, health is cited by discipline from the psychology, education, social with Z score 4.45, and publication in the discipline economics, economic, political are cited by the same discipline. So sometimes maybe those people who cite our work are people are working in the same field. Yes. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, so I want to conclude for the first part. Okay, first part, we can see the research landscape. Okay, after we do the descriptive analysis, so we can understand the publication trends, the regional distribution, the affiliation, the authors, top journals, highly cited articles. And from here, we know that Malaysia and Indonesia are the top countries that focus on halal research. And then we also, from the keywords also, we can understand there are 11 clusters on halal research were determined. Okay, next. Okay, I go for the second parts on the mid-adulteration. Okay, next. Okay, As we know, meat is very important because it provides the high quality protein. Okay. However, the problem with meat, because the protein is expensive, so there are some maybe industry they manipulate the meat to be adulterated. So there are cases in some countries, they mix the horse meat inside the beef. This is reported in UK and Ireland. And then there is also the case where the beef also beef for kangaroo meat in Australia, and goat for mutton, and buffalo for beef. So that's why conducting meat species identification is very important, because we want to ensure that the quality and authenticity of the meat is perfect. Okay, next. Okay, this is the global meat production. So we can see that the trends of the global meat production is become increased over years. Okay, next. Okay, okay, this is the problem with the meats. So the one of the major problem is food safety, because we know that meats are very high nutrients. They are good for microbiome growth, and then at the same time, rotten meat also, if we not handle it in the hygienic way, the meat become rotten and maybe infected with salmonella or E. coli and something like that. And then there are also problems with the fake beef and lamb, and there are cases where water is injected in the meats, and there are also problems with the toxic meat products. Okay, next. Okay, what is meat speciation? Okay, definition meat speciation is identifying the species from which the meat originated. Okay, the more processed the meat, the less recognizable it becomes from its original species. So maksudnya, when the meat has been um, processed from many processing, so it's very hardly to trace back the original or the originality where it comes from. Okay, next. Okay, most well known and widely accepted definition. Okay, this is the trending terms, food fraud in the food science. Okay, food fraud is a collective term used to encompass the deliberate and intentional substitution. So it means that the purpose of adding something is intentional. It's not they not intention. There is intentional, and the adding and tampering and misrepresentation of the food ingredients or food packaging, or false or misleading statement made about product for economic gain. So it means that most of the companies, they do food fraud because they want to have more profit. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay, this is the various way how meat adulteration can be done. So whether you can do dilute, you can do the substitution, you can do the concealment, you can do the unapproved enhancement, you can do the counterfeit, you can do mislabeling, or you can sell the products in the grey market. So you know that the grey market is actually is the unofficial business. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, this basic guidance on halal meat. Why in halal we choose halal? Because it's lawful or permissible to use or engage according to Al-Quran and Sunnah, and halal meats derived from slaughtered livestock, animals and poultry in accordance with the Sharia law. So during slaughter, Muslim need to make sure they cut two main apa the urat marih dan urat pernafasan, and then must be used the name of Allah. Okay. Okay, next. Okay, people who love to eat dirty food are usually rude, harsh, and difficult to accept the truth. Okay, this is true because actually whatever we eat something filthy food or something not clean, so if we come in our body, so our body actually will respond similar to that. Okay, okay, next. Okay, why meat speciation is important in halal? Okay, based on Sharia, okay, there are criteria that we need to follow. So first, must not contain pork and its derivative. So this is compulsory that even non-Muslim industry, they need to know about halal because if they are selling their product into halal countries, even if they are not Muslim, they need to know about this. Okay. Number two, must not derive from carcass and non-slaughter from animals. Must not derive from prohibited animals. Must not derive from blood. Must not derive from meat partly cut from living animals. Must not harmful to health, must not contain elements of fraud, must not contain intoxicating substance. So these eight criteria must be fulfilled by the industry. Okay, based on ayah, ya ayuhanna sukulu mimma fil ardi halalan tayyiba wala tatabi'u khutuwati syaitan innahu lakum aduwwum mubin. So we cannot follow the footstep of shaitan because we know that the shaitan is our clear enemy. Okay, this is from Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay, next. Okay, this is some sharing about the issue from the newspaper. This one is chicken secretly injected with beef and pork products served in UK restaurant. Okay, next. Study on meat species adaptation in Indonesia also. So this also happened in Indonesia. Okay, next. Okay, horse meat discovered in burger sold by British supermarket because we know that the meat from the horse meat actually cheaper, so that's why the industry replaced with the normal meat. So that's why they want to get more profit. Okay, next. Secret filming show sick cow slaughter for meat in Poland. So actually in halal, we cannot slaughter the sick animal because it's not the right way on doing the halal integrity. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, cartel. Okay, this is in Malaysia. um, Actually, it's bad when this actually announced in the newspaper because cartel has allegedly been selling horse and kangaroo meat as replacement to the beef meat. So then it has been doing it for 40 years. So this is very unethical revelation by Malaysia. So I hope this issue will be solved. Okay, next. Okay, so we know that there are a lot of problems with authenticity. That's why food business are responsible. So if you want to do business, you need to do business in ethical way. So the authenticity of meat is very important, and then you can use various analytical methods which verify whether the meat complies with the information given on the products by the manufacturer. Okay, next. Okay, that's why I collaborate with Dr. Zairo because ALS is one of the company in Malaysia is doing analytical service. So they have a lot of cutting edge methodologies and ISO certified. Okay, so how is testing done and our testing solution by ALS? Okay, next. Okay, as we know that based on the halal trend. We know that the most study focus on halal meat, and then from here, that's why we want to highlight what are the methods used for meat authentication. So they are using the DNA-based methods. Okay, next. Okay, why DNA-based methods are chosen? Because traces of DNA could still persist in fish products. That is the main reason. Because well, even if the meat already cooked, we can still test for their DNA. Okay, and the advantage of DNA-based methods, it is sensitive, it's specific, it's informative, and established methods, and it can update DNA databases, and it widely used and recognized methods worldwide. But the problems with the DNA methods, it cannot survive harsh processing condition, especially when dealing with high temperature. Okay, next. Okay, we know that everything start from DNA, all living things, organism, from plant or animals, human being, we start from DNA, and after that, RNA and protein. Okay, next. Okay, this is the comparison between DNA and RNA. Okay, next. Okay, from DNA, they become RNA, and after that, protein. Okay, next. And from here, we can, this is the workflow used by ALS. Okay, next. Okay, sample preparation, and after that, we can do the DNA extraction. And after that, we do the quantitative PCR assay, which we're using real-time PCR. And from there, we can interpret and do the analysis, and the result will update in the system. Okay, next. Okay, so this is the PCR workflow. Maybe yang tadi tu, the previous one is on the real-time PCR. This one is the traditional PCR. Traditional PCR also have a similar methods. We start with the sample preparation. After that, we do the DNA extraction, and then we need to do the DNA purity and concentration check. So we need to make sure that the DNA purity is very high in order to make sure that the DNA is not disturbed by other materials. And we do the preparation of PCR reagents, and we perform the PCR assay. Okay, next. Okay, this is the methods for real-time PCR process. Okay, so from real-time PCR process, actually similar. We have 3 stages of PCR, starting from denaturation, which is using high temperature, 94 to 95, and after that, going down to annealing stage, temperature around 50 to 56, and after then, elongation or extending stage, which we use temperature around 72 degree. Okay, next. Okay, real-time PCR, we can do the enzymatic reaction, thermal cycling, fluorescence, and from the application curve, we can detect whether it's present or absent, and then we can know how much the quantitatively the DNA in the sample, and then we can do the CT value analysis. Okay, next. Okay, there is new emerging methods from next gene sequencing using meta barcoding. Okay, the good things with NGS, we can do sample that we can mix. If you use the real-time PCR, it must be from one single sample protein. But for NGS, actually we can do mixed sample. Okay, next. Okay, this is the laboratory facilities in ALS. Okay. Okay. Okay, when we compare between real-time PCR and NGS multi-species, so real-time PCR only single species like pork, beef, buffalo, chicken, horse, sheep, goat, and fish. But NGS we can study the multi-species, which cover common meat species and common fish species. Okay. Okay, these are other services provided by ALS. They also do the halalan toyiban based on the porcine DNA detection and GMO screening. They also do the meat speciation, okay, and then do the food pathogens. Mainly, the most important things are Salmonella and Listeria. And they also do the waterborne pathogens and other pathogens like SARS-CoV-2, COVID, Leptospira, and Mycoplasma. And they also do the aquaculture diseases. So it means that from the real-time PCR services, ALS can provide many solutions to researchers or maybe from government who are looking more accurate or analysis. Okay, so this is my last slide. Okay, take home message from the second part. We know that meat fraud, one of the evilest threats to global food supply chains. So that's why we need to increase health risk. Meat fraud is very bad because it can increase health risk of consumers. Meat fraud also make decrease consumer confidence, and people don't have trust to the food industry. And meat fraud also can undercut profit margin for genuine traders or genuine food industry which has halal certified, and meat fraud also can increase investigation costs. So the only way for the industry to ensure meat authenticity is through laboratory testing. So it must be from the proper and reliable labeling and also certified and audited by the government. So I think that's all. Sorry, it's very long, very long slide. So I thank you to my friend, Dr. Zaimul Fauzan, for helping me to give the slide for this virtual mobility program. So I hope from my humble presentation, this presentation can have the overview about the topics about halal research. Okay, thank you, Dr.
Okay. Thank you very much for your information and interesting presentation, Prof. Very, very good. I hope we can discuss in more question and answer.
Yes.
But first, I will answer one question for you before I ask what is halal.
Okay, so when we are talking about halal, so we need to understand based on the Sharia, because the obligation of halal is not just follow the government or follow our older generation. Essentially, is the faith, in the faith, that we need to our God. So that's why halal is something that clean, pure, and if we go deeper, halal food actually can make us become good Muslim, good people, and we can become good citizen to the country.
Okay. Like you say in the presentation, if we eat not good food, not we can be not good people too.
Yes, I agree, Dr. Yopi. Because we know that filthy food definitely contains bad pathogens, microbes, and when the pathogens presence in our body will disturb. You know, the body system will be disturbed, and then we will very weak. Our body will be very tired, and then we will be a lot of things we cannot focus. So that's why I think we try to get something halal and toyiban also. Yeah.
Halal and toyiban.
Yeah, halal and toyiban.
Okay. One question again for me, Prof. I read about healthy food.
Okay.
In healthy food is like modern eat like right now. So I see in your presentation about not meat food. That I mean is meat from nut like I know.
Oh, bit from that.
What do you say about that?
Okay.
Meat from nut or meat from meat is where is
Bagus, yeah, which is good. Okay, I think the field of food science and technology has a lot of things to explore, especially in providing nutrients for different people. And we know that every person in the world has a different body system. So maybe some people they are not they have an allergen problem. They cannot eat certain foods. That's why food scientists and food industry they are looking forward to bring alternative to people who maybe not consume meats from meat. So that's why is our choice to choose our food which suitable to our body.
Okay. Thank you, Prof. Thank you. So we have a question from our participant, Prof. I read, dear Prof. Nizam, I am Fetuyuna from Unpad. Based on your observation, which method is quite useful and comprehensive for the authentication halal product in food science?
Okay. Okay. Terima kasih. Thank you, Dr. Fituna. So actually, while reading the literatures, so actually we gone through a lot of methods for authentication like DNA method, protein method, maybe fat analysis method, and a lot of things. But based on research from UPM, actually they have done the comparison and then they found that the DNA based method is the best. Yeah, because actually they are doing some project like Jalan, the fish that has been consumed non-halal food.
Yeah.
So they are grown in the different plot of the containers. Okay, maybe this one with the pork, this one with meat, halal meat, and this one maybe fish. So they compare. When we are doing the DNA authentication, we can see that the DNA very consistent results. DNA based method is consistent in terms of providing the same results over time. Compare if you are using maybe fat, maybe using different spectroscopic techniques or maybe protein analysis, what not. But the DNA actually very consistent. So that's why I can say that if Dr. Fitrina, you want to explore on the authentication, I may suggest you to use the DNA based method.
DNA based method. Okay, Dr. Fitrina is that. Okay, next. I'm Hana from Malaysia. Maybe from your
My student.
excellent sharing. Doctor, in your opinions, how to attract more young generation to have a strong interest in halal? Research or study in significantly contribute in this field for our better future?
Wow, very great question. Okay. Okay, how to attract more generation? I think this one should be is I can say that the government and then we have a halal authority and then we have HDC, Halal Development Corporation. They actually have made the roadmap for halal Malaysia for about 50 years. So they already made the roadmap from when you are doing a degree, where you want to go. You want to be halal executive in Malaysia. After that, you want to be halal executive international. Maybe you are working somewhere in maybe in Canada, maybe in Australia, and then after that maybe you become the expert in the maybe meat analysis and something like that. So actually, what a student need to understand that they need to explore more information on the roadmaps provided by Halal HTC, Halal Development Corporation, because they are already make the journey for our food scientists or our food technologists to be engaged in halal industry and being recognized with the good salary. So I think government has given a lot of support to encourage more young graduates to enter the halal industry, because as I said, it will be trillion US dollar business now. So that's why we need more people. We need more talents that can fit in to the ecosystem.
Okay. So, Hannah, maybe.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you very much for your question. Okay, next from
Dr. Elas.
Dr. Elas from Unpad. Prof. Nizam, I want to know about your opinion about the lack of one set of standard halal that all countries can follow makes it difficult for producer to know what is required. Maybe
Understand, yeah. Okay, I understand, because we need to understand that the halal is belong to is under religion like authority, something like that.
Yeah.
So every country actually they have their own standard. Like Malaysia, we have JAKIM, Jabatan Kemajuan Islam Malaysia. So maybe kat Indonesia, Majlis Ulama
MUI.
Indonesia. So actually we need to respect every country's halal certification. What Malaysia done is we recognize all halal certification in all countries. Yeah. And if the halal from other countries and have been audited by JAKIM, they pass, they can enter their food in Malaysia. So that's, I think that will be good if we open heart to recognize other countries, because they also have their own expert in the field. So I think maybe that is a way forward to harmonize the different halal certification between different countries. Yeah.
And depend on country.
Yeah, different countries. Yeah.
Okay, next maybe from Mrs. Indira. How are the control carried out to avoid food fraud in Malaysia in the context of ensuring product halal?
Okay, because in halal they are under JAKIM, and under JAKIM, all ministry related to JAKIM, all related to halal is under JAKIM.
Oh.
So there are maybe 30 departments under government actually helping JAKIM to do this, to do inspection, like if you register halal certification, halal team audit will visit your factory maybe once a year. So that's why they mention the date. So if they come and then you not comply, so your halal maybe will withdrawn. Halal certification will be withdrawn. So that's why in Malaysia we are good enough to have more than 30 departments from the other ministry across different discipline that support JAKIM. Yeah, because we believe that integration between departments, because we not doing halal as we are solo. No, we are integrate. We are working together as a team. So everybody are helping Jakim.
Okay.
We not say that I'm from Ministry of Health. Actually, we solve the problem. No, we are actually all together work together to support Jakim. Yeah.
Okay. So Jakim is not standby alone.
Yeah, Jakim stand by alone. They are ulama. They are from different religion, macam expert, and they have also food scientists actually working in Jakim.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah.
Okay, now from Rauf, I don't know, how do labeling and packaging regulation differ for halal foods in various regions? And what efforts are being made to standardize the practice globally?
Okay, this one is depends on the trade law and depends on the different labeling food act between countries. So if you are exporting like Malaysia, we want to export to Indonesia, we need to comply with Indonesian Food Act. Yeah. If from people from Indonesia want to export into Malaysia, they need to comply with Malaysian Food Act. So that's why as food traders or you food industry, you need to familiarize with the all documentation and all the regulation to fit in with your business.
Okay. So, depend on regulation.
Regulation, yeah,
Regulation.
it's all regulation.
Yeah, halal is the regulation.
Yeah, so it's about regulation.
Different countries, different regulation too, ya, Prof, ya?
Yeah, betul.
Okay, maybe ladies, the question is okay. Okay, Prof. Maybe the question is enough.
Enough.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we finally come to the end of the seminar session. Before I close the seminar, I will take a conclusion from what the speaker has presented. There are some point highlight from my conclusion is halal research is must do in ASEAN. Prof.
Yes,
Okay, and
we're very strong.
halal research can have Q1.
Yes.
So we can do halal research
yeah.
much more.
Yeah.
And then halal is used in the multidiscipline.
Yeah, multidiscipline.
Okay. On behalf of the committee, I would like to send a lot of regards and deliver certificate to Associate Prof. Dr. Mohd Nizam bin Lani. Okay.
Thank you.
For your contribution in today's seminar, Prof.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Prof. I hope we can still manage a good collaboration in the future. Again, I like to thank you to speaker and for the information interesting presentation. Thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much, Prof.